1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, welcome to the street edition of my YouTube videos. My name is Christian van Hemert. I'm here with my good friend Victor Horky.
Hi.
And I'm in here in Seattle to do some gigs with his fabulous group Silk Road Swing, and we're nearing the end of the tour. And we had a beautiful inside location to shoot the video, but it was too noisy, so we went to the parking lot, and it's very cold, and it's kind of a weird situation, but you know, it's probably the first educational Gypsy Jazz video ever shot in a parking garage, and I'm all about first. So I'm making this video especially for Django in June. Django in June 2018, which will be in June. Forgot the exact dates. You know the dates?
11th or 17th, maybe. Here, can I check it on my phone right now?
So somewhere in June, and I'll be there to teach violin. There's one day of guitar workshops, but it's already full, I'm sorry. But for all you violin players, I want to show you a little bit of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to mainly talk about two things. Swing, like how to swing, but I don't want to talk about it in this video. And I want to talk about how to play the changes, right? So one of the things that you're supposed to be doing in Gypsy Jazz is to play lines, improvisations that fit the changes and still sound like you're playing melodic lines, so that you're not just playing arpeggios. And we were just playing a Sweet Georgia Brown, although in the beginning I played another theme. I played the theme called With Apologies to Oscar, which was, I think, written by Cannonball Adderley. But the chords are the same, and I also finished with this the theme. So I want to talk a little bit about my approach, because my approach to playing the changes is mainly by outlining different arpeggios. And I don't want to go too deep into the material, but just show you one arpeggio that I use a lot, which is the diminished arpeggio in this song that is very helpful. So whenever I see a dominant chord, so a 7 chord, like this song starts with 3 of those, E7, A7, D7, I usually think a diminished arpeggio on each of those. So on E7, I would think diminished from the third, and the third of E7 is G sharp, so I would think G sharp diminished. So Victor is gonna play a long E7 chord, and I'm just gonna play the diminished arpeggio so you can hear what it sounds like. Then I would switch to a C sharp diminished for A7. And I wouldn't start on the C sharp per se, I would start on the lowest note in this arpeggio. The C sharp, E, G, so G would be the lowest note. So play an A7. And then for D7, I will do an F sharp diminished arpeggio. Right, so the first step would be for me to improvise only with those notes. That's a little bit boring, but we're gonna try it. So he's gonna play E7, A7, D7, and I'm just gonna improvise with the 4 notes of the arpeggio and switch to the new arpeggio when the chord changes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like that. I would do that for a while until I'm very comfortable with the arpeggios, and then I would start maybe playing the arpeggios with a system. Maybe I could approach all the arpeggios with a chromatic note. So, for instance, I have G sharp diminished. I could approach all the notes with a chromatic note from below.
That reminds me of the Pink Panther when you play that.
The beginning, yeah. But if you are into theory, you already know this is a what people would call a diminished scale. But I don't think about that. I just think about the arpeggio with approach notes. So let me play an improvisation doing that with approach notes from below or from above. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that. And then I could approach from above and below, whatever you want. We're gonna do all those exercises in the lessons. And then the final step would, for me, to just play those arpeggios and not be systematic and just fill in the gaps between the notes with, I always say random notes, but they are not per se random. They are just things I experimented with. I would just put on a backing track with one chord and just play around with the arpeggio. So, of course, we will do that slowly, but we just want to show you what it would sound like if I would take these arpeggios as the basis for improvisation, but now play lots of other chromatic or diatonic or, well, those are the only possibilities. But I can do whatever I want, but you will still hear me play 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, Like that. So that's just one possibility. I could use many different arpeggios. I could use not diminished arpeggios, but other arpeggios. And by changing the different arpeggios on the different chords, I can build very interesting solos without repeating myself and have a sense of total freedom, because I'm not stuck to playing certain licks or certain phrases. And I'm still outlining all the chords. So to finish the video, let's play another, like in this tempo, slow solo. And I will not only play diminished arpeggios, I will do other things, but see if you can hear the dim arpeggios, the diminished arpeggios when they show up. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so I hope you can work with this a little bit. Just try out those diminished arpeggios on dominant chords. So as another example, when you have C7, you would use E diminished because you would play diminished from the third. And if you think about it, there's only 3 diminished chords. One starting on a G, one starting on a G sharp, one starting on an A, and the one starting on the B flat is the same as the one starting on a G, because a diminished arpeggio consists of minor thirds. So if you stack them, after 3 possibilities, you will have the same one again. So if you if you master those three diminished arpeggios, you can play on any dominant chords. Yeah?
Django in June, 11th through 17th.
Django in June, I hope to see you there. Bye.